Hey guys, how are you? I hope you are doing well. So basically in this video I'm going to tell you about oil field and oil rig accident attorneys. So let's start our video. So here's it basically the last oil field and oil rig accident attorneys. So basically I am now moving further here. So here's it basically. The oil industry is one of the biggest in the US and in the state of Texas. According to statistical data, it's data 13.9% of all Texas employees are oil rig workers, oil field workers, and oil workers and other employers in the industry. In total, 2,500 to 25 lakh 8,870 Texans work for big oil companies. So here's it basically. Unfortunately, although it is a well-paying job, employment in the gas and oil industry carries a risk. However, this does not mean that employers should do everything in their powers to eliminate unsafe conditions. So basically, here's it. There is a network issue, so we have to wait for a while. And we said, however, this does not mean that employers should not do everything in their powers to eliminate unsafe conditions which may cause a fatal oil field accident or oil truck accident. If you work in the industry and suffered severe or catastrophic injuries due to an workplace accident, you should contact an oil field accident lawyers at Dunn Sheehan LLP as soon as possible. So basically, here's it. I am now moving further here. So, on your own, you have very few chances to get justice and a fair financial compensation from your employer. Big oil companies have an army of lawyers and insurance adjusters and use various tactics to undermine your chances of successfully filing a workers' comp claim or a personal injury lawsuit. Oil rig injury lawyers know how to counter these tactics and hold these companies responsible for all types of accidents leading to severe of or fatal injuries. So basically, here's it. Statistics concerning oil rig accident. According to the CDC, there were 69 oil rig fatalities across the US in 2017, out of which 44 were in the state of Texas. Moreover, it was ascertained that at national level, 28 workers killed in fatal accidents were working alone. 20 of them were working unsupervised. So, what's a recently study indicates that oil rig and oil field worker fatalities are underreported at the federal level. This means that the actual number of oil rig and oil field workers who lost their life on the jobs is larger. This is a clear result of the company's power to silence accident victims and their families and classify their life-changing accidents as non-work related. Basically, here said, I am now moving further here. So, here what are the causes of oil rig accidents? So, accidents causing several injuries in the oil and gas industry can occur in several places at the site where oil and gas are extracted, oil field, oil rig, or during the transportation of these highly flammable substances. Actually, according to an analysis done by the New York Times in 2012, but still relevant today, the biggest risk to oil field workers is not at the rig itself, but on the road. Oil truck accidents can have catastrophic consequences for the driver and for other innocent users of the road who happen to be caught in the quick oil truck explosion. With these ideas in mind, here are some of the most frequent causes of oil field and oil rig accidents. So here's it basically. I am now moving further here. So here's it. Dealing with one of the most flammable substances, knowing to men should involve maximum precautions in every aspect of the work of extracting it. However, sometimes there are OSHA violations or lax approaches to enforcing safety rules, and they can result in a terrible explosion, claiming lives and leaving oil field workers with catastrophic injuries. Heavy machinery malfunction. There are many types of heavy machinery on oil fields. When one of them malfunctions or improperly secured, it may topple over, crushing one or several persons underneath it. Many oil companies do not take machinery out of operation for regular maintenance or repairs because they do not want to reduce the daily production and ultimately their profits. So basically, here's it. I am now moving further here. In this situation, victims of crush injuries should seek the maximum compensation allowed by law with the help with an experienced oil field accident attorney. So, although they are operating in one of the riskiest industry, many oil companies allow defective machinery to be actively used by their employers, creating hazardous conditions for them. Inadequate training Many oil field workers are put in charge of complex machinery without receiving proper training in terms of how to use the equipment, level safety, how to prevent and report incidents. So basically, here and on an oil rig or oil field, the lack of training can lead to a fatal accident, and the oil or gas company should be held responsible for the fact that they did not do everything responsible, reasonably possible to prevent such an accident. Lack of safety equipment. In some cases, injured workers on oil rigs or oil field suffered a severe accident because they did not receive adequate safety equipment. An oil or gas accident can have terrible consequences even when workers are using OSHA proven gear. In its absence, they can suffer from the most horrific injuries due to employer negligence. So, fatigue workers. So, basically, fatigue workers. I am now moving further here. So, many transportation accidents, explosions on oil rigs and other oil field accidents are caused by fetish employees. So basically, this is all about Texas oil field accident training. So, if you like my video, then please subscribe it and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching this video.